With regard to attempted murder of Lauren Kanarek, what is your verdict?
Not guilty by reason of insanity.
With regard to count 2, attempted murder of Robert Goodwin, what is your verdict, sir?
Not guilty.
With regard to count 2, the lesser included offense of aggravated assault upon Robert Goodwin, what is your verdict?
Not guilty.
On count 3, possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose to use against the person of Lauren Kanarek, what is your verdict?
Not guilty by reason of insanity.
And with regard to count 4, possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, what is your verdict?
Not guilty.
Very good. You may be seated, Mr. Foreman. Thank you.
Just sobbing and breaking down and then having to take a seat there, his attorney helping him. Barisone's attorney spoke with Court TV following the verdict. Here's what he had to say.
He's almost inconsolable, you know. You saw him shaking. You saw him react the way that he did. This has been building for 2.5 years, you know, and it's a tremendous amount of pressure. Everything was at stake. If he was convicted, he'd spend the rest of his life in jail, you know. And again, the jury saw exactly what happened to him, what they did to him, and what impact and effect it had on him. So we're extremely happy with the way the jury decided this case. They wanted him to spend 10 years in prison. We never even considered pleading to anything. You know, from day one, we believe Michael Barisone was not guilty, period. And that's what we went with. We didn't even want, as you saw, the lesser included offenses. It's all or nothing for Michael Barisone.
And what about the not guilty at all for Robert Goodwin?
Well, what does that tell you? They didn't believe anything that came out of his mouth, and that's what, you know, I asked them to find. So that makes us even more satisfied.
And the jury deliberated for 4 days before reaching a verdict yesterday afternoon. Barisone will be sent to the Anne Klein Forensic Center in New Jersey for an evaluation to determine the best course of treatment. A judge will rule on the next steps at a hearing on May 17th. We'll keep you posted. Now, still with me, we have Marion County, Iowa attorney Ed Bull and law professor at University of Georgia and former prosecutor Melissa Redmond in Atlanta. Thank you for being with me this morning. Ed, to you first, how rare is a verdict like this? I can't remember the last time I heard a verdict of not guilty, reason of insanity.
It is incredibly rare, and you're exactly right. I can't think of a time in any jurisdiction that I've practiced in that you've gotten a not guilty by reason of insanity. And so as a result, it is rare, but you know, as a prosecutor, you support the jury's judgment when they side in your favor, and you have to respect and support the system when they rule against you. And that's, you know, the reality is the jury lists this. They certainly took their time. They took 4 days to come up with their verdict. And as our system, we have the best system in the entire world. And as a prosecutor, when it doesn't go your way, you still have to support the system.
Professor, what was your reaction to this verdict yesterday?
I was very surprised because it is so rapid. I believe the last not guilty by reason of insanity verdict I remember was John Hinckley with the Reagan shooting. I don't think we've heard of one. I'm sure they may have happened since then. But it's just a very high bar to prove that either I was so insane or suffered a mental defect to the point where I didn't understand what I was doing, or I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help myself from doing it anyway. It's a very high burden to reach, and you don't see it very often. So I was shocked. I think given that the jury deliberated for such a long time, for 4 days, tells us that they, you know, very seriously considered the testimony. I believe they spent a whole day or half a day listening to Mr. Barisone's doctor testimony all over again. So to me, that indicates from the beginning that they were open to it, that they saw something in the testimony, in his demeanor in court, that helped them decide that something is not right, and what was his mental state at the time of the offense, and was it consistent with what they were seeing in the courtroom. And obviously they reached a decision that it was, that they had pushed him to the point of he had no control over himself, and and his actions were the result of the trauma that they inflicted on him. So it was just interesting to see it play out in court because we don't see it very often at all.
It was interesting to see it play out in court, fascinating. And then we already saw the reaction from Barisone's attorney there, but we also got reaction from Kanarek's attorney, and we wanted to play that for you and talk about it on the other side.
You've got some hard facts that you can't ignore. Fact number one is he has a gun. He puts the gun in the safe. It's there for quite some time. Fact number two, he takes the gun out. He plays with the clip. Fact number three, he then walks to shoot her. That's not done in seconds. It took time to do it. That's not temporary insanity, all right? And he was temporarily insane. Why did he sit in the courtroom every day looking disheveled and looking like he was a crazy man? He did it because he put on a show, and the jury bought it hook, line, and sinker. That's not temporary insanity. That is a fraud. It's a ploy. It was a show, and he got away with it. This is one of the worst verdicts in history. There was temporary insanity in the courtroom, and it was with the jury. That was the temporary insanity. This was the worst miscarriage of justice since the O.J. trial.